Hello and welcome to NDTV News. I am Tari Prido Ikidi. The highlights. Governor Doye Diri proceeds on annual leave. Nigerian medical consultants suspend strike. Plus, Dangote Refinery announces a 20 naira reduction in pump price of petrol. And now the details. Governor Doye Diri has commenced on his annual leave, which takes effect from 25th November 2024. Governor Diri, who was inaugurated for a second term in February this year, acknowledged that it has been a very busy year for him, while reassuring the people of the state that his absence will not affect governance in the state. He said in his absence, his deputy, Lawrence Edujako, is mandated to take charge of all state functions. The Bayelsa state government has banned all tribal and ethnic-based traders associations operating in Swahili Market and all other markets in the state. Consequently, the State Commissioner of Police has been directed to enforce the order by arresting any person or group of persons who continue to parade themselves as members of such associations at the various markets. The Deputy Governor, Senator Lawrence Edujako, gave the orders at the weekend after receiving a report from the Swahili Market Conflict Resolution Committee during a meeting in Government House, Yenagoa. Speaking at the meeting, which was also attended by a large number of traders from Swahili Market, the Deputy Governor warned that government would deal decisively with anyone who violates the ban of ethnic group-based traders associations in the state. To this end, he directed the Nigerian police and other security agencies to monitor, arrest, and prosecute anyone or group of traders who flouts the prohibition order. Senator Edujako, who also chided the State Ministry of Trade, Investment, and Industry for not demonstrating effective leadership, observed that the protracted crisis among the traders in Swahili Market was a fallout of the compromise, ineptitude, and failure on the part of the ministry. The Deputy Governor, however, clarified that going forward, Traders Association would only be allowed to exist in the market strictly on the basis of the kind of goods or products traders deal on. He said government will set up another committee to define guidelines, requirements, and qualifications to be met by those interested in holding leadership positions in the popular Swahili Market Traders Association. Presenting the report, Chief Boma Spiro Jack, the chairman of the Swahili Market Conflict Resolution Committee, identified unhealthy politicization of the Traders Association and inordinate ambition by various interests to control revenues being generated at the Swahili Market as causes of the crisis. The committee also recommended the institutionalization of an alternative conflict resolution body and a market regulatory council to effectively regulate the markets. The Bayelsa state government has initiated plans to collaborate with the French government and private sector players to revitalize its underperforming agricultural assets. Agriculture and Natural Resources Commissioner Professor Beke Sese disclosed this during a two-day visit to the state by a delegation from the French embassy led by Chancellor Dr. Sonia Derek and a team of private sector professionals. The commissioner will lead the delegation on a tour of key agricultural facilities, including the Bayelsa Oil Palm Estate, Ebedebiri Starch Company Limited, the University of Africa Poultry Farm, the Aquaculture Village in Yenizwegene, and Zao Farms outlined plans to mitigate the effects of the state's annual flooding, which disrupts agricultural activities. He highlighted the government's intention to introduce greenhouse farming and other technological solutions to increase productivity despite the state's predominantly muddy soil. To aid the state's agricultural transformation, Sese presented the Bayelsa Agricultural Prosperity Plan to Derek. The document, according to him, outlines the government's strategies for addressing challenges in the sector with a focus on Governor Doye Diri's assured agenda, which prioritizes agriculture as a cornerstone for development. Derek expressed hope for the collaboration, emphasizing the French government's interest in supporting Bayelsa's agricultural ambitions. The Medical Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria has suspended its 7-day warning strike. The union called off the strike on Saturday, 6 days into the action, after reaching a conciliatory agreement with the federal government. Though the strike has been suspended, MDCAN said it will continue to monitor the implementation of the agreement and its timelines, as this will determine its next course of action. MDCAN's president, Professor Aminu Mohammed, explained why the strike was suspended and why strict adherence to the agreement was important to determine future actions of the association. Professor Aminu appreciated Mr. President and the Minister of Education for efforts made so far by the government. MDCAN's demands include adjustments in the salary scale of medical and dental consultants and a call on government to produce a prototype system. Professor Mohammed stressed that the union would not compromise the agreed timelines for implementing the agreement. If you're just joining us, you're watching Niger Delta Television News. On the headlines, Governor Doyediri proceeds on annual leave. Nigerian medical consultants suspend strike. Still to come in the news, Dangote Refinery announces a 20 naira reduction in pump price of petrol. For details of this and more after the break, just stay with us. Welcome to Niger Delta Television News and Current Affairs Department at the NS Equally Media Complex here in Yanagua, Bayelsa State.
One of NDTV's traditional objectives is to disseminate information with renewed vigor. We build teamwork for accountability, efficiency, and accuracy.
Our community reports, eyewitness accounts, current affairs discussions are detailed and competitive.
As NDTV reporters, undiluted report is our goal. We gather the news and bring it to you just as it is.
Our cameras are poised to get in the story behind the story in an in-depth news report.
Our new digital equipment are top-notch with clearer visuals and audio. NDTV is repositioned to serve you better.
Join us on the news every day at 7 a.m., 12 p.m., and our major bulletin at 7:30 p.m. on Channel 25 UHF. NDTV, crystallizing the vision.
Thanks for staying tuned. The news continues. Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced a reduction in the price of its premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, to 970 naira per litre for oil marketers. Chief Branding and Communication Officer Anthony Chijejina, who disclosed on Monday, said the reduction, which presents at 20 naira cut, is the company's way of appreciating Nigerians for their unwavering support in making the refinery a dream come true. It would be recalled that Dangote had pegged the ex-depot price of its petrol at 990 naira during the rollout in October. Dangote Refinery said the price reduction would complement the federal government's measures to encourage domestic enterprise for the collective well-being of citizens. With the slash, marketers can save 20 naira on each litre of petrol lifted from the Lekki-based plant. However, it remains to be seen if the move will trickle down to the retail level where the price of the product has crossed 1,000 naira mark. Afrobeat superstar and David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, has warned African Americans against relocating to Africa following Donald Trump's electoral victory in the United States, although this has attracted criticisms. And Anita Joseph has made a remarkable re-entry into the entertainment industry as a movie producer with her debut movie, The Nigerian Girl, and a gospel song titled Do Not Forsake Me. For details of this and other entertainment stories, let's join Rebecca Ogotunde.
Afrobeat superstar David Adeleke, known as Davido, has warned African Americans against relocating to Africa. During one of Davido's interviews on the Big Omi's House broadcast, he urged the Black Americans, particularly Nigerians, not to return home, citing the current economic woes. Report says Davido pointed out that all isn't well with Africa currently and that the economics of most countries in the continent are in shambles. The singer clarified that his statement wasn't to demarket Africans, stressing that he aims to promote the continent through his music and That entertainment is what's giving Africans smoke screen to make it look good. The singer's remarks follow the conclusion that some Black Americans were considering leaving the United States following the electoral victory of the US President-elect Donald Trump. In another development, Afrobeat sensational Davido has come under heavy criticism over his recent remarks advising Black Americans against relocating to Nigeria. During one of Davido's interview on the Big Omi's House podcast, he urged the Black Americans, particularly Nigerians, not to return home, citing the current economic woes. According to the report, a chieftain of All Progressive Congress, APC, Joe Igbokwe, in a post on his official Facebook page, advised the singer to withdraw his statement with immediate effect. He said, Davido made him sad by telling the world in America that Nigeria economy is in shambles and that he will advise him to retract the statement because Nigerians made Davido. Report also says Bashir Ahmed, a former aide to Nigerian former President Muhammad Buhari, also said the statement is disheartening, following a post on his official X handle, and he said Nigerians should act and be seen as a good ambassador wherever they find themselves. Famous Nollywood actress Anita Joseph has shaken the entertainment industry with the release of her debut movie titled The Uber Girl and her first gospel music titled Do Not Forsake Me. It is a double debut shot by the actress in the world of music and movie. Report also says Anita explains what her music, Do Not Forsake Me, is all about. She says it is a prayerful anthem that captures the soul's yearning for God's unshakable presence with vibrant rhythms and Anita's powerful vocals. The song invites listeners to trust in God's faithfulness and draw closer to Him, even in challenging times. According to the report, the song Do Not Forsake Me is not just a song, but it is a prayer and movement because it's a title everyone can relate to. Hi, I'm Rebecca Ogutunde, reporting for NDTV Entertainment News.
On the international scene, a cargo plane flying from Germany to Lithuania crashed early on November 25, 2024, near the airport of the capital, Vilnius, killing one person. The plane was due to land at Vilnius Airport but crashed a few kilometers away, said the head of the firefighting and emergency service unit. Renata Sposetta added that one person in the four-member crew died in the incident. Reports say a house caught fire during the crash in unclear circumstances. Vilnius Vikaska, head of the National Crisis Management Center, said, though the cause of the incident remains unknown, everyone inside the house had been evacuated and investigations are already underway. On the sports scene, on March Day 13, the Lobby Stars were held to a 2-2 draw by the Kano Pillars at Lafia City Stadium in Kano, and Hurricane sets new goal record. Sports correspondent Ayemi Miene brings us up to speed on these and other sports stories.
On March Day 13, Lobby Stars were held to a 2-2 draw at the Lafia City Stadium by Kano Pillars. In the first half, the Pride of Makurdi appeared more focused than the other team, controlling the ball and eventually scoring 2 goals. After the hosts took the lead, Kano Pillars came back to win a share of the points. The comeback started with 44-year-old Rabiu Ali scoring a free kick from outside the box. And when Lobby Stars thought they would run away with all 3 points, Kano Pillars got their equalizer, Ahmed Musa's shot being rebounded. And for coach Daniel Amokachi, whose team is only 1 spot above the relegation zone, the outcome would only ruin his weekend. Hurricane became the fastest player to reach 50 Bundesliga goals after his hat-trick against Augsburg, breaking an Erland record. At the Allianz Arena on Friday night, the England captain scored 3 goals as Bayern Munich defeated Augsburg 3-0. Therefore, the 31-year-old beat former Borussia Dortmund star Haaland's record of 50 goals in as many games and achieved a half-century of Bundesliga goals in just 43 games. Since joining Bayern Munich from Tottenham in the summer of 2023, Kane has amassed an incredible 64 goals in 62 games. Even though he has yet to win a trophy, the striker is getting numerous records in the German football, which is no small feat. Ayemi Mene for NDTV Sports.
And that's the size of our package this evening. But before we go, a quick look at the highlights. Governor Doye Diri has commenced on his annual leave, which takes effect from 25th November 2024. We also brought you a report that the Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria has suspended its 7-day warning strike. And finally, Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced a reduction in the price of its premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, to 970 naira per litre for oil marketers. Thanks for watching. I am Tari Prido Ikidi. Bye.